Welcome to episode 2 of the Blow and Smoke podcast here. We got, to my right here, we got Ricky back again, and we got our third co-host with us this time, Roland, back from Atlanta.
Woo!
We definitely have a lot to talk about today, a big NFL divisional weekend, and so we're gonna punch in our Super Bowl picks today and talk about the busy NFL coaching market, because that's definitely been busy, surprisingly quick, and today, as a matter of fact.
Few signings today.
But before we get into it today, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel and to follow the Blow and Smoke podcast on Twitter at the Blow and Smoke Pod. So first thing I guess we're going to talk about with is the divisional round from this weekend. Obviously, there's a lot to talk about there. 3 games ending on a last-second field goal.
And all 4 games ending on the last play.
And all 4 games ending on the last play. And obviously, we're going to talk about the Chiefs-Bills and the NFL overtime rules. But so the first game of the weekend was
the Bengals and Titans.
And Titans.
Joey B.
So I guess to elaborate, I caught the end of this game. I was in a restaurant when it was on, and I wasn't there to watch the game, so I wasn't really paying attention, but I saw the majority of it. And obviously we talked about this last week, but personally I wasn't really surprised with the outcome. It was a little closer than I thought it was going to be personally, but I definitely had a good feeling that the Bengals were going to pull this one out. And Joe Burrow's looking better and better every week.
Yes, he is.
And, I mean, the Bengals, I don't know. I mean, obviously we're going to put our Super Bowl picks here in a little bit.
I don't know, man.
But the Bengals are just looking better and better every week, and Joe Burrow's definitely established himself as the best quarterback in AFC North.
Yeah, it was a pretty good slate. I would say the divisional rounds these past few years have been the best games of the playoffs, like even better than the Super Bowl.
Oh, by
in
far,
my opinion.
100%.
I did not watch this game, unfortunately. Obviously, I watched highlights to kind of familiar myself with the game, and I just want to reiterate that Ryan Tannehill is not a very good quarterback.
I think we all know that, though.
Threw a pick with like a minute left, and
He threw a couple picks.
And he threw it in triple coverage and got tipped in the air. And Julio's not like he used to be. I think that's who he threw it to. I'm pretty sure I picked Titans to win. I think I did last week and win. What a loser I am! But this week,
What a loser.
this week I know who I'm picking to win, and I'm going with the trend. This is a little preview. If I just keep picking against the Bengals, they're gonna win. So I might just pick the Chiefs for the Bengals.
I think that's a smart choice.
Ricky's taking one for the culture. That's a pick for the culture.
My playoff picks have been quite poor as of lately, but hopefully we get back on track with the 2 games that are on this week.
I'm not gonna lie. Other than the San Francisco pick, I'm spot on right now. I'm pretty excited about it.
The Packers are. I'll talk about them later. We're on the Bengals and.
I guess my thing with this game is a lot of people's argument coming into it is they go, oh, Derrick Henry's back. I'm like, yeah, it's great Derrick Henry's back, but he's been out for, God, when did he go down?
Week what?
5?
Like
No,
5?
it was later, like 8.
Yeah, it was early. I mean, it was in the first half of the season, and I kind of knew right away. I'm like, there's no way this guy's going to come back and rush for 100 or 200 yards in his first game back. And he was talking before the game. He's like, I got like a titanium ankle.
He had
a superhuman now.
Yeah. So he was pretty set up. I mean, to have him come back in his first game and just try and absolutely, roast the Bengals defense, I didn't think it was going to be a thing. But the Bengals did what they had to do, and they set themselves up at the right time. They weren't the only team this weekend to do that. But they put themselves in a position to win, and I'm excited to talk about them. Obviously now they're potentially Super Bowl bound, so. There's that there, but Roland, you got any thoughts on the game? Did you catch any of it? Or?
Not really, but I'm just very excited for these Bengals, man. I don't know, Jamar Chase, Joe Burrow, this connection they've had. Through college, and now I can't see them being stopped. Other than the Rams.
To the Derrick Henry thing, I'm pretty sure crazy this guy's workload he has.
Oh.
I'm pretty sure he led. I think at the end of the season he was still top 10 in rushing rushing yards.
What did it take?
He had like close to 1,000.
Yeah.
Like whenever he went out,
He went out at like 960. But the thing is, he went out whatever week he went out, and he remained number one in rushing
for like 4 weeks.
4 weeks after his injury.
He had more rushing yards after contact than I think Nick Chubb did total. Like it's ridiculous the numbers he puts up.
Yeah, I'm not sure when he went out, but I will admit at the start of this year, and definitely this year, we got to be a little more. This year for the podcast will be a little more
set up.
We'll definitely put our picks in one of the podcasts for the divisions, but I have to admit I had no thoughts in my mind that the Bengals would be in this position.
Oh, yeah.
Especially the way that offense played all year. Like, who would have thought they were going to have 2,000-yard receivers and a 1,000-yard rusher, and Joe Burrow threw for 4,000 yards.
Yeah, so I'm looking at it right now. Derrick Henry, after the season, he was number 9 in rushing yards. He also had 10 touchdowns.
That's ridiculous.
Let me see when he went out.
But he's still top 10 in rushing, and he missed over half the season.
I mean, it's crazy. He's been in the league for how long? 5, maybe?
No.
He went out in
3 or 4.
Let's see.
He's arguably already a Hall of Famer. Like, we're watching, like, a master.
I don't think he's going to be with Tennessee forever, though.
I don't see him leaving, man.
Well, it's okay because Rodgers is coming to the Titans.
Okay, calm down.
He'll have a quarterback here pretty soon. If I was to look back somehow at who I picked to win the divisions this year, I might have had the Bengals in like 3rd, but not winning the North, let alone. Because statistically, I mean, the statistical trend is when a young quarterback has an injury like that.
Oh yeah,
that's usually it. So the fact that he was able to come back and capitalize the way that he did, this shows a lot about not only him as a player but as a leader. And the way that offense played. I mean, I don't know what the Bengals' defensive stats were, but I don't think they were anything crazy.
Well, I mean, they got Jesse Bates, one of the best safeties in the league. I mean, he's insane.
I just don't think their defense was like anything crazy. I think that offense definitely led that team, and they did what they had to. I mean, they shut down Tannehill.
I mean, before the season, everyone was like laughing at the Bengals for picking Jamar Chase over an O-lineman because, I mean, obviously that's what we all see.
To be fair, Joe Burrow did get sacked 9 times.
Exactly, like they desperately need O-linemen.
I still think that it was I mean, Jamar Chase is a great pick, but they need to this offseason they really
now they need to tighten it up. But I think they got the foundation for something insane.
Well, that was not the worst O-line performance of the weekend. I will admit that.
No.
All right, so it looks like Derrick Henry went out in week 8.
Yeah.
So
and they didn't catch him until week 12.
Halfway through the season, and he already had almost 1,000 yards and 10. Like if he would have broke probably 2,000 again and 20 touchdowns.
He'd probably broke.
So he was top 10 in rushing, and he only played 8 games.
It's ridiculous. No one else, I don't think we've seen, at least from us being alive, could do something like that.
I don't know what the stats are, but like, I mean, we're like running backs. Did they have like a down year or something like that?
I mean Jonathan Taylor had an insane year too.
The fact that he sat up front like that the whole time. I think it was funny, like when Jonathan Taylor rushed for 5 touchdowns that 1 week, and everyone's like, "Put him in the MVP conversation," and then he just vanished for the rest of the year.
That's the Colts.
You didn't hear a single thing. You didn't hear a single thing about Jonathan Taylor, and then it came down to the end of the year, and the Colts needed a win to get into the playoffs, and they lost to Jacksonville.
They haven't beat Jacksonville in Jacksonville since I want to say like 2014.
I think I seen that on Twitter. Yeah, that's insane. That's an insane stat.
Well, that's so crazy. In 2014 they had Andrew Luck.
That's what I'm saying.
Like that whole time, it's like what the hell?
All of them.
Very
Yeah.
interesting. Yeah.
It's like that's impressive. That's like such a weird like statistical anomaly.
All right. Well, let's go ahead and scooch over to the what game?
Packers 49ers.
Oh.
Yeah, I'd say
the
Chiefs.
The
49ers don't lead for the entire game.
Dude. So I want to quote a stat right here. Right. So in playoff games, when Jimmy Garoppolo, and this is his time in the 49ers, throws 0 touchdowns, the 49ers are like 8-3 or like 9-1. I forget what the number is. I don't have it in front of me.
So insane.
But it's like ridiculous. When he has 0 passing touchdowns, they're like almost undefeated in the playoffs.
It's it's pretty it's kind of insane that the Green Bay Packers were only able to put up 1 offensive touchdown, and the Niners were able to put up 0.
The Niners won the game with 0 offensive touchdowns. But and we're gonna talk about this in a minute. I'm sorry, but Rodgers and Devontae Adams are both gonna be gone this year.
I don't know about Devontae,
Well,
but Aaron definitely, 100%.
I was listening to our local sports station, and they're like, and they go, yeah, they're gonna franchise tag Devontae Adams, like a sign and trade thing.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I get that, but I'm like, why even waste $20 million?
Because they gotta get something out of it. You can't let them walk.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. Is Rodgers like a free agent this offseason?
It's a weird situation. So like he technically isn't, but like his contract is void.
Well, because that's the thing. They're talking about like trading him. Like, how are they going to trade a free agent?
Yeah, I think like he has a contract. It might be like similar to like a player option.
I was
is
gonna
in
say
the,
like
in
a
the NBA, to where like the player has the option to come back or leave. I think I don't know if those exist in the NFL, but I think it's set up some sort of way that he's able to just like walk.
I think my thing is like with Rodgers and this whole situation is I definitely think he's gone.
Yeah.
Where he ends up, we'll talk about that. But it was Super Bowl or bust for the Packers this year, and it's
what a
just
disappointment.
it's just
Bounce in the divisional to the 49ers.
Man.
And a block. Their special team is
Well,
garbage.
Yeah.
Aaron
Their
Rodgers.
defense is garbage.
Aaron Rodgers said the 49ers were gonna regret not drafting him, but the 49ers are 4-0 against him in the playoffs.
Yeah, it's pretty
So,
insane.
Someone said today, I forget who mentioned it. Someone that I know, they go, "Oh, Rodgers is going to sign with the 49ers." I'm like, "There's no." There's no way. There's no way. I mean, I think San Francisco would probably put in an offer because I think Garoppolo's going to be on the move.
I mean, yeah.
But they
Who
just
would
got
want
Trey
Garoppolo?
Lance.
That's my thing. Why wouldn't they play Trey Lance?
But
Like,
Trey Lance,
I mean, I wouldn't start him in a playoff game.
No, not in a playoff game, but like
but-
during the season,
Trey,
why not?
Trey Lance has limited experience. I mean, obviously he's a rookie, but like in the limited amount of playing time he got this year, I don't think he played very well. Like, you want to talk about someone who's not going to be taking over? Dude, Jordan Love. He is so
he's atrocious.
bad.
That
He
game
is
against
so
he
bad.
couldn't even beat the Lions. He threw 2 picks in the fourth quarter against the Detroit Lions.
I mean, when you're just as good as the Lions, what can you do?
I'm telling you right now, Jordan Love will not be taking over the Packers.
No.
And I never understood that pick to begin with. So I'm like, okay, now all you're gonna do is just piss Rodgers off.
And they did.
And they did,
exactly.
and they did. I mean, in all fairness, though, the Packers drafted Aaron Rodgers when they still had Brett Favre.
That's fair.
But that was like the tail end of his career. He wasn't still putting up MVP numbers every year.
I never realized though that Favre literally left and went and played for the Vikings and the Jets.
Yeah.
It's like this guy. That guy just didn't want to retire.
Nope.
His Jet stint was.
He retired for a little bit and then came to the Jets, right?
Or something like that.
I think he retired to get out of Green Bay, so he sat out for a year, and then he signed with the Vikings.
Man, I was the biggest Favre fan as a kid.
He just had to void his contract.
I don't blame him.
No, I like Brett Favre. He's a good guy. But
Hell yeah.
Anyways,
Wranglers.
I didn't.
back to the game itself. Snooze fest.
Yeah, I mean, we can honestly
Packers, they were, I don't know how you get I don't know how you get a 1 seed and then lose to a 5 seed. It's just so embarrassing. They win so many games every single year and then they just like falter.
And you know what the funny part is? They had the number 1 ranked defense going into that game. Like out of every playoff team, I don't know how, but they had the number 1 ranked defense. And their offense. I mean, like, who does San Francisco have?
They got so many players back off of IR.
That's what I'm saying. Like, everybody came back.
Yeah.
And they were like a pretty healthy team, and they just, for a reason, like in Lambeau, they just in the snow. I mean, yes, it was snowing, but like
They're used
Aaron
to that.
Rodgers
That's like
is
their
so
thing.
used to it, and I think Jimmy Garoppolo didn't have a pass completion until like the 3rd quarter.
And I mean, like, who does the 49ers even have on defense? Like Fred Warner.
Nick Bosa.
But like, other than that, like, who are their DBs? Who are their DBs? Like, who would like challenge Aaron Rodgers? Is what I'm saying. Like, it's such a disappointment.
Rodgers thing this year was just like, he's like, the playoffs run through Lambeau. He's like, this is our opportunity.
Yeah.
And
You lose the NFC Championship every single year. It doesn't matter. How many years has he been in the league? Like 18?
Oh, yeah.
He's only been in the Super Bowl like twice.
Well, yeah, because he came in with Roethlisberger, right? Same year?
I think so, yeah.
Same draft class?
So yeah,
That's crazy.
He just retired, and it was 18 seasons. So yeah, 18 seasons. And he's only made Super Bowl like twice, and they made like, how many times have they been like the...
Probably fucking
had a
12.
bye?
I think he's only been once and won once to the Super Bowl.
I don't know. Regardless.
Yeah, but
the
it's
record.
just crazy, yeah.
Yeah, statistically, it doesn't make any sense. And, like, and this isn't just my inner Brady fan, but the whole argument about Rodgers and Brady being on, like, the same caliber, statistically, maybe, but who's going to win you a Super Bowl?
Bill Belichick.
Okay. Yeah.
I mean,
we don't have last week to Bill Belichick, all right?
Yeah.
but
you
like
know,
name one physical attribute Tom Brady can do better than Aaron Rodgers.
Man,
But there isn't one.
He's the king of QB sneaking though.
But the thing is, though, if you just think about it, like statistically, like if it's coming down to it, and you want to make like a Super Bowl push, who's gonna get you to that pinnacle?
It just depends who your coach
Matthew
is. I guess.
Stafford's gonna take you to that pinnacle.
I agree, 100%.
Oh,
He's
God. Yeah,
Can't we talk about that game?
Yeah, we'll talk about that game.
Woo!
Yeah,
Yes, sir.
To be fair, I don't remember what my score prediction for was that game, but I want to say it was pretty dang close to the one I gave last week. Like very close.
Yeah.
I'd have to look back.
I want to say I said 28-24.
Yeah,
I mean, it was what 30-27.
Yeah, that was so good.
3 points. Yeah.
And the one you missed it one last week. The one thing we said about the Chiefs Bills game is we looked at the over under. It was like 54, 52. We said we were hammering that over.
Yeah.
Oh,
and I should have bet big.
I 100%. 100%.
Oh my God.
I would have taken the over at like 64 and a half.
But the really funny thing is the over didn't hit until Tyreek Hill like that slam route for a touchdown. That's when it hit.
Well, how many total points did they both combine for in like the final 2 minutes?
Oh, in the final 2 minutes, like
25.
Yeah.
Yeah, that in the final 2 minutes, 25 points. So
the final score was like 42 to 36.
Yeah.
Yeah,
so
because they didn't kick. You don't kick an extra point
almost,
for sure.
That's what almost 80 points.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Dude. I mean, I would have.
Anyways, we're getting off track again. This is gonna happen a lot.
70 might have been pushing the spread,
but still.
Final thoughts on the Saturday game.
Snooze fest.
Yeah, I mean, they were interesting. I mean, they both came down to a field goal, but at the end, dude, the Packers.
Yeah.
The funny thing is that the first 3 games, all 3 away teams.
That's true. That is true.
On a last-second
that is
field
true. I'm just a big Aaron Rodgers fan. It breaks my heart to see him lose.
My big thing is, dude. As a Bears fan, I'm happy to see the Packers crumble.
Yeah.
Because this is the beginning of the end.
No, it's a time for the Lions
Exactly.
to take over.
Exactly. The Lions are gonna step
Next
up.
Season,
Dan Quinn.
11 wins.
Easy. Exactly.
It's gonna be easy.
Well,
that would go.
I don't think gonna set the rookie sack record.
Obviously,
break it.
Obviously, we can talk about this when the season gets closer. But the Vikings this year, what the hell, dude?
Dude, Justin Jefferson, he's gonna be the best receiver.
No, but I would say that's the issue. Though, it's such a loaded team.
I think
that just can't capitalize.
You have to have a quarterback.
Making a connection to the college football, they're kind of like Nebraska.
Right.
The Vikings is that they just every single game they played close, but they just lost a lot of them.
I feel like that's how the Lions were too this year. I mean, we didn't win many games. We got blown out by who? We got
the Eagles. We got destroyed.
Yeah.
The Seahawks, I'd say, was a blowout.
The
game.
Seahawks.
But then we
56.
also like almost beat teams that like the
game
Ravens, where we get the NFL record kicked on us.
Well, I remember.
Come on,
I remember early in the year when they almost beat the Ravens. I go, okay, that's a big one, and then the Ravens kind of pissed off.
They did. I mean, when your entire offense is hurt.
Yeah, and like they just got ravaged by injuries and COVID.
Yeah.
I mean, to be fair, they still put up 8 wins.
Yeah.
That AFC North, man, it's crazy.
I mean,
but
Lamar
I think,
Jackson's here to
if
stay.
Aaron Rodgers goes to the Steelers, that's gonna be a fun.
That would be so interesting.
That's That's the best.
I feel like the Bengals and like Steelers rivalry is gonna like pick up.
But I feel like that Steelers defense is getting pretty old. Besides TJ Watt, obviously, he's there forever. But like everyone else is getting old, man. And Minka, that's true. They got like the 2 big stars, but everyone else is kind of.
Man, I wish Ryan Shazier was still in there.
Man, he's doing good. Do you see him like going to games and stuff, walking around? It's awesome.
But it's just sad because like he was so good and he was so.
He was the best. And if you played Madden, he was the best user.
Well, anyway, back on topic. Joey B. Hopefully he saves America
Get
from
the
Chiefs.
on.
I'm sick of the Chiefs.
If the Bengals win, that is a win for America.
The Chiefs don't have a corner
Literally
to stop them.
I think when they won, I think they've made 4 straight home AFC Championship games. The Chiefs.
And Mahomes hasn't had an away game or something like that.
Yeah, it's insane.
No, Mahomes in his first 5 years, I can't believe they didn't play him his rookie year. They let Alex Smith keep the reins.
Talk about home games. The LA Rams, who are a 4 seed, have a home game in the championship round.
Isn't that amazing?
That is insane.
That's what Matthew Stafford brings to the table.
Well, I mean, obviously we can talk. I mean, the 49ers, they beat the Rams twice this year.
That's true.
Yeah, but it's playoff time.
Playoff Stafford is different, baby.
Exactly. You take down Tom Brady. I think
you
win.
like 2 playoff games, like before
Yeah.
Rams.
Yeah.
And
for the Seahawks, the Cowboys.
I feel like he played pretty good in both of those.
I don't think you can blame Stafford for anything the Lions ever have failed on.
We're gonna use this as a way to transition into the Sunday games, and man, oh man, these were two of probably the best football games.
Oh, it was the best day of football
ever watched in my life.
100%.
Like, I think the Bills Chiefs is probably number one. The best game I ever watched in football.
That was insane.
Heartbreak.
It was insane.
That was one of the best days of playoff games in NFL history.
I don't think there's a better one. Yeah,
all right,
so
let's talk about the Rams and the Bucks.
I'm just happy to see Tom Brady out, man.
All
I'm not gonna lie.
I'm saying is, if the Rams remember how to hold on to the dang football, they would have won by a million.
Oh, 100%.
They won by a million.
Drops ruin them.
No, not even drops, just fumbles.
Yeah, okay.
And
Cam Akers, the
Cam Akers
head
the 1
fumble.
yard line, potentially put the Rams up 27-3 going into halftime.
Yeah, and then I mean you got the Bucks, man, almost made that comeback.
The Rams' first drive coming off the halftime, Cooper Kupp puts the ball on the ground.
Oh, it's unfortunate.
Oh my God, that snap that flew by Stafford's head. They had so many chances to literally just put the nail in the coffin.
Yeah, exactly.
And they just couldn't do it.
The thing is, dude, like Brady. I mean, the first half was rough waiting for the Bucks. But it's Tom Brady. I mean, 28-3. And you could tell he was getting pissed on the sideline. I'm surprised. I'm surprised his tablet survived the game because I would have been pissed. They came out in the second half. I mean, ready to do it, and they almost did too.
But it was impressive, honestly.
I mean, there was too much time left on the clock. I did watch this game.
Was it though? Like 40 seconds?
I wouldn't give Stafford or Tom Brady 40 seconds. You've seen Stafford in the clutch with the Lions.
13 seconds.
I watched this game in like its entirety because as a Tom Brady fan.
I did as well.
I go
not as Tom Brady fans.
Yeah, I just go holy crap. I'm like, this is unbelievable. And then obviously the second half comeback ensued, and the Rams a lot of offensive mistakes, and but I mean. I was sitting there watching it, and then they came back, and I'm like, there's too much time. I knew right away.
Yeah.
I turned to my dad, and I'm like, there's too much time. I knew right away. And I'm sitting there watching that play, and I'm like looking at the screen, and I'm like, where's Cooper Kupp? I go, oh, shit. And I see Stafford just wind up, and I'm like, that's game. I knew right away. Yep. I knew. And there's two things that killed the Buccaneers in that game. Number one, the offensive line. Tom Brady got assaulted in the backfield.
I've been saying ever since that game, I have never seen Tom Brady under so much pressure.
Tom Brady got assaulted by the Rams.
To be fair, that Rams defense is the scariest defense we've seen in the last 40 years, almost. I mean, like
I don't know. The 2015 Detroit Lions.
But like you put Aaron Donald and Von Miller. Von Miller's having a prime Broncos year.
Okay, but this isn't just my inner Bears fan. The '85 Bears is a top 5, if not top 3 defense ever assembled.
100%.
I think the '85 Bears is coming up on 40 years old.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. We're old as shit now.
But like I'm just saying, like, not to get on top of it historically.
No, but we're not going to discredit the Bears. This Rams team.
In that game, though, Tom Brady got assaulted. Aaron Donald. Now the Bucks had a backup right tackle in.
Yeah.
And he got embarrassed by Aaron. They capitalized on it. I mean, why wouldn't you?
I mean, you don't see pictures of like Lawrence Taylor getting quadruple teamed by a lineman. I mean, there's a reason Aaron Donald is that scary.
Aaron Donald was just like all over Tom Brady. But the second thing that killed the Bucks this weekend was the secondary.
Yeah, they're
Holy
young.
Crap. You know Cooper Kupp's the best wide receiver on the team. Why is he literally like turning around and just catching the ball? No one's even there to like contest the ball. It's just like
Matthew Goat Ford.
Well, I mean, because if he doesn't pass the Kupp, he's gonna pass to Odell. He doesn't pass to Odell. I mean, it's just an insane team.
Tyler Higbee.
Exactly.
Tyler Higbee's gonna find Van Jefferson.
And I mean, Cam Akers had a great week the first week of the playoffs. I mean, he's back from injury, so it's just such a good offense.
The thing was talking about how he came back from a torn Achilles
in like 6 weeks or some shit.
No, it wasn't 6 weeks, but like in the beginning, he was that like right before the season started. He got hurt in like training camp or something.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, but like a torn Achilles.
Yeah, still that's insane.
In, like, 4 months.
And he made it back. Yeah.
Yeah, it's insane.
But like the big thing is the Bucks. Just watching that game, the Bucks played like an inexperienced playoff team.
Which they're not.
They just didn't look like they've been there before, which was weird. It's just like weird to say about like Tom Brady.
It was nice seeing Tom Brady flustered for his first time like ever.
That's definitely like out of the Bucks games I watched this year. That is the most flustered he was in the pocket.
I've never seen Tom Brady's.
I don't think he's ever been worried about.
And I've
someone
never seen him
like
like.
that.
I saw him like scrambling out of the pocket. I was like,
what the fuck?
Between his Patriots and obviously his time in the Bucs has been short, but like out of all the times I've seen him play, he has never struggled that bad to sit in the pocket. Because obviously Tom Brady's not like mobile,
not by any means.
But like to sit, I've never seen him struggle to sit in the pocket and throw, and it was just. I mean, obviously they assembled a comeback because the Rams could never just get that nail quite in the coffin. But like I said, I knew right away. I'm like 42. I'm like, there's too much time. I'm like, I knew right away.
And I mean, how about the Rams pulling Eric Weddle off the couch and having him play? And he made an impact too. I mean, he was out there laying the wood.
I just want to say though, I want to give him credit where credit's due. Leonard Fournette.
Yes.
Carried.
All year.
Carried. Not even just this weekend, like this year.
Yes.
But that he was.
I had him on my fantasy team.
So did I.
One of the best draft picks I've ever made.
He was
like the 9th round.
I did too.
He was essential to the Buccaneers offense this year.
They won me like 4 touchdowns.
Oh, he won me the week alone.
Yeah.
But this weekend, dude, he proved that he was a key piece of that offense.
Yes, 100%.
And it was impressive. But I mean, when they handed him off that ball and he. You know,
he took it for the game tying touchdown.
Yeah, I was like, wow, like there's a lot of green grass there. I'm like, oh my go! And he went in like untouched.
Yeah, no, he's very good.
I was like, oh my god.
I'm happy to see him out of Jacksonville.
Just how old he is, though.
Is he that old?
He's like 25,
he's as old as Chris McCaffrey.
Okay, he looks a lot older than.
He looks like 30 coming out into the draft.
He
looks
a
grown ass man, bro.
Yeah, he was same draft class as Leonard Fournette.
Okay, he looks a lot. He looks a lot older than.
He looks like Ashawn Robinson, bro. You remember him coming out of the draft looking like a 40-year-old?
Yeah,
he was like 22.
Yeah,
exactly.
I remember reading a thing before the game. It goes Giovanni Bernard might be the starting running back. I'm like, he's playing. I'm like,
he was last week.
Yeah.
But no, I'm just like, I didn't know he was even still in the league.
Talking about that, Jerick McKinnon in the first week of the playoffs had like 150 yards, no touchdowns. Yeah, it's completely surprised me.
He played pretty well in the Chiefs game.
He did, yeah.
I just remember like Giovanni Bernard with Andy Dalton.
That's what I'm saying. Exactly.
And AJ Green
before he gets hurt, yeah.
Like the
Tyler Eifert.
Dude, like,
oh man, Tyler Eifert.
Like that was like the Bengals team that should have been good. But
didn't they make the playoffs that year?
They made the playoffs a lot of years.
They lost. Yeah. They made it 8 years in a row and lost 8 years in a row.
See, now, would you rather be that or the Lions? And you just have no expectations.
I'd rather not go.
That's what I'm saying.
I would rather not go than lose.
Every year you're getting like a middle of the pack draft pick, so you're not really getting like the top.
Exactly.
Top guys.
It's hard to build.
So you're kind of just like grabbing like, not say like mediocre, but like you're not.
You're picking for sure. Like you're
hoping. Super major.
Well, that's like that's like the Red Wings though, like making the playoffs for all those years, but never like ascending. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's true.
And then you have this middle of the road draft picks. Eventually, it's going to catch up to you.
And it did.
And it caught up.
They went a little decline, but now it looks like they're kind of.
I hit my boy Stevie.
Well, all right, we can talk about that. Man. I'm staying on football, but like, I mean, it was just surprising. I mean, obviously Tom Brady's been to the playoffs before, and
really,
it just looked like a very inexperienced team, and that was very surprising to see, honestly.
Matthew Goatford.
They played like it was their first time, and it was just weird.
It's just the thing Stafford does to you. He scares you. I mean, you don't expect that talent from him, and then he comes out.
As tradition on the show, I'm gonna give one of my steaming hot takes.
Oh, here we go.
Smoke I'm blowing out of my rectum. Matthew Stafford wins Super Bowl this year. Put a gold jacket on that man.
100%.
Give him the jacket. He's in.
There's not. 100%.
He gets one ring. He wins this year.
Do you think he's not going to get in right now?
Oh no, I mean he's like a borderline right now.
Yeah, I think he's on the cusp.
Do you think if he gets bounced this weekend that, and let's say for some reason his career ends?
Yeah, I don't think he makes it.
He's done.
It's debatable, but I'm saying if he gets a ring on his finger, 100%. Hall of Fame quarterback.
Because I think you put Stafford on any Super Bowl team that he's been in the league, he wins that Super Bowl. Right. Probably better.
1,000%. If he gets that ring on his finger, give him the gold jacket.
100%.
I mean, he probably won't be a first ballot Hall of Famer, but he will definitely. He's 100% guaranteed.
You know, just what he's proven though with Calvin Johnson. No. But he might with Calvin Johnson. Hey, he's like the best receiver of all time in my opinion.
He was first ballot.
He has the receiving record, and then he leaves, and then instantly almost breaks it with some white guy. I don't know. I don't think any other quarterback does that.
I'm just saying if he get this is a hot take. You can disagree with me if you'd like, but if he wins a ring, he is 100% a Hall of Famer.
Yeah, I agree.
Guaranteed. That's solidified because everyone's like, oh, garbage time, Stafford, garbage time. But
the comeback wins.
No
Come on.
2, he had no running attack, so he had to throw the ball. But this year, people were like, all right, let's see what this fraud garbage time quarterback can do, and he has come out and he's won 2 playoff games convincingly.
Oh yeah.
Well, to be fair, the first week was like,
well, they play the Cardinals. The Cardinals.
Oh yeah.
And that Cardinals team, I think that Cardinals team is gonna make a deep run very soon.
No, you want to talk about a team that should be better?
Yes, 100%. Well, Hopkins, and Hopkins was not
experience. Kyler Murray's only his 3rd year.
Yeah.
Second year, 3rd year.
No. You want to know what was shocking this year? J.J. Watt got hurt.
Yeah. He played though. Didn't he come back?
You say that's shocking?
No, that was sarcastic. I can't believe he even made it to week 8.
Fair enough.
He is hurt every.
I'm still surprised he didn't go to the Steelers with his 2 brothers.
I think J.J. Watt.
He didn't go
and don't get me wrong, I think J.J. Watt's a great guy, and I have a Texans jersey of him upstairs. I mean, I think he's a great guy and he does great things. But dude, I would have a hard time as like a general manager putting him on my team with the injuries.
That's true. But when he's healthy, though, I mean, he's still.
The thing is, when he comes up on free agency, I mean, obviously he signed a huge deal with the Texans. But if he ever comes up on free agency, he's gonna want a lot of money, and it's like, are you really getting the most bang for your buck?
No, that's true, 100%.
Are you really getting a lot of bang for your buck out of him?
But when he's healthy, other than Aaron Donald, I guess not T.J. Watt, but when in his prime, when he was healthy, there's no one.
Oh God, when he was on the Texans, he was insane.
No
and I thought Deshaun Watson was going to be for the Texans, be the answer.
Isn't that such a sad franchise right now?
Obviously, we know there's issues with that, but Ricky, I'll actually can't believe I'm admitting this, but I'll actually back up your comment. Even as a Bears fan, he gets a ring, he punches his ticket.
I think that's
and I don't consider that controversial at all. I think statistically and all that. But if he gets a ring, he punches Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers is getting into the Hall of Fame because he won that Super Bowl.
No question.
First ballot.
Oh yeah, it's not even close.
But I mean,
he's a top 5 quarterback of all time, arguably.
Yeah, I mean, that's definitely that could be another show.
See,
we could spend an entire show talking about who's the top 5 or top 10 quarterbacks.
Yeah, that'd be a good topic. A show where it's we try to think of top 5.
Yeah,
so we are going to talk about Big Ben later, and that was a controversy. When we were talking before the show, it was a little bit of controversy, but there's some stuff coming out about where he kind of falls. But we'll talk about that in a little bit. But I guess my final thoughts on the Rams-Bucks is
what a game. What a game.
What a really good game. And the Rams lost to the 49ers twice this year, but I think
the funny thing is I thought this was the best game of the playoffs until 6:30.
Yeah. Dude,
that was such a good game.
Dude, the wild card weekend was just
and then that Bills game came on.
Just blowout after blowout. I hope this weekend isn't just a slew of blowouts, and it worked out.
It was not.
But I guess my final thoughts is, this stuff, and we'll talk about quarterbacks later, but this stuff about Tom Brady being done, last time he got bounced in the playoffs like this, he left New England. Not saying he's going to leave Tampa Bay, but who knows? Maybe we could see something drastic happen.
I think when you're so used to winning, but when you're so used to winning and you finally lose, I think he gets a little prima donna, because he knows he's the best. Tom Brady, I think he just loses it a little bit.
He's earned the right. He's earned the right to think he's the best.
He is the best. So when you finally lose, I feel like his ego just shrinks and he doesn't know how to handle it because he never has to handle it.
My thing is, it's not like Tom Brady's coming out and he's only won one Super Bowl or whatever.
Exactly.
And he's like, I'm the greatest ever. He's earned that title.
100%.
Let's do this. Let me throw a little curveball at you. I'm gonna grab this out of left field.
Oh,
steaming hot take. Blowing. It's not even
all the smoke. What'd you say?
But me. Tom Brady proves he's the best quarterback of all time by going to the Detroit Lions.
Jesus Christ!
I
knew that's what you were going to say.
You have a point, Ricky. You have a point because he leaves New England. No, I agree.
I'm gonna say probably the best receiver in the league.
Okay. Now you lost me.
TJ Hawkinson, next Robert Gronkowski.
Okay, now I can agree with that.
And just he's got to win Super Bowl, bring a ring to Detroit. And and he's gonna be the best quarterback.
I don't know, but like Tom Brady leaving Bill Belichick to go to a better team to win another Super Bowl, like that's not surprising. That Bucs team was so good. Like they didn't need Tom Brady to win last year. It was just kind of like the icing on the cake, and he brought Gronk with him.
Yeah,
like
so, yeah,
I don't think that last year's Super Bowl, like Patrick Mahomes played the best game of his entire career and lost. Like I
see the experience showed in it.
100%.
He played the best game of his career. He tried his hardest.
And statistically had his worst game. Exactly. He had the statistically worst game of his career.
Ricky,
but I'd argue it was his best.
Ricky, I knew as soon as you started talking, I knew that's exactly what you were saying. Dude, every offseason, without fail, people always post, if Tom Brady wants to prove he's the shit, and it's always him photoshopped into a Cowboys or a Lions uniform.
I mean, I agree. If he
year.
wants to prove it, come to the Lions. Show us you're the best. If you're the best.
You're Michigan man.
If Belichick
this isn't me.
Belichick going. He's going to the Lions coaching staff.
Okay, calm down.
This isn't just me bashing Detroit here. But
I'd take Dan Quinn over Bill Belichick.
My thing is, dude, this isn't just me bashing Detroit. But if I
bring Sean Payton on the coaching staff.
If I had to
Sean Payton retiring, that's crazy.
If I had to pick between the Cowboys or the Lions in some fucking nightmare scenario,
well, it's got to be the Cowboys.
Where Tom Brady moves, he would go to the Cowboys.
100%. But no, yeah, you got the weapons. That receiving core is insane.
If
CeeDee Lamb, Amari Cooper, and then you got Zeke, who's been a bum, but then he's not a bum, and then he's a bum.
Rolling,
oh my god, that team's insane.
You missed it last week. I did go off on the Cowboys because I made it very well known that I do not like Dak Prescott.
Oh, I don't either. But I mean, there's an argument to be made. He's one of the best quarterbacks in that league right now.
Dude, oh my god, we have to do that on the show. Our top quarterbacks because
it's Lamar Jackson.
All right, real quick. Who do you guys? We'll do real quick. Top two.
Hold on. Let's finish out our playoff.
Let's do top three. Let's
finish out our playoff summaries, and then after our playoff thoughts, we'll do that. We'll do like our top three in the league.
Okay.
Now, but my question is, is that predicated on who do you think is going to win a Super Bowl, or who do you think is going to put up like numbers for?
I think about like raw talent, away from the team,
all around.
Like not like you take Aaron Rodgers
as a player.
Yeah,
because like the thing is, like if you put Josh Allen in there. You know, he may be one of the top quarterbacks, but is he going to get past the Chiefs to win you a Super Bowl?
I mean,
that's my thing.
Yeah. That's not how I'm thinking about it. I'm thinking about it like you put Josh Allen next to Patrick Mahomes.
But I'm going to say, no, that's where I would have to, like, maybe bump Josh Allen because is he going to win you a Super Bowl?
But, you know, it's not on just the quarterback.
No. And I hate that stereotype. But, hey, all right.
Me too.
Our next segment, we'll do that after our playoff summaries.
Who do we got? The Bills and the Chiefs, right?
Yeah.
So man, what a game! Oh my
god! The best playoff game in the 21 years I've been on this earth watching football. Best playoff game.
Debatably one of the best playoff games ever played.
And Travis Kelce calling the game. Babe Ruth. He basically Babe Ruth that game.
Like
he said, Pat, I'm open. I know it's gonna be open. Throw me the ball.
Same thing. I don't know if you guys heard the Bengals kicker Evan Mcpherson.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yes, bro. Evan. Yes.
He's like, looks like we're going to the AFC Championship, boys.
Yeah, that's called confidence.
He's a rookie. He's a rookie, and he's put like 4 or 5 game-winning field goals this year.
As all professional kickers, they should all be that confident.
Dude, Joe Burrow, when he said that in the post-game interview, I go, oh my god! I'm picking him in fantasy next year just for that. I'm like, what a guy!
I'm looking for Jamar Chase early next year. I'm telling you.
Oh man!
Third round, fourth round.
Dude, we could do an entire show on that too, just fantasy football.
Oh, 100%, 100%.
This year was crappy, but anyway.
It was so shit.
Oh my god!
Bills Chiefs.
Oh my! I caught about the final probably 10.
What's his name? Gabriel. Man.
I caught
Gabriel Davis.
I caught like the final 5-10 minutes of this game, which is like the most important part apparently. There was 25 points.
Yeah, all the points were scored.
There was 25 points in under the 2-minute warning.
It was
like, oh my. So personally for me, I had the Bills in the AFC title game playing the Bengals. That's what I called last week. I thought the Bills were gonna finally pull it off, and I told Ricky too. This was my biggest like total, and my prediction was like 45-42 or 40 or 48-45. It was only a field goal. And I thought the Bills were gonna kick one like as time expired.
Right.
And with the way the weekend was going, I go,
that's not a bad pick.
With the way the weekend played out, I go, oh my god! I'm like, this might actually happen.
I think Trent and I both said last week that whoever has the ball last is going to win the game.
Yeah, I mean, because both their defenses were extremely injured. I mean,
we talked about like the spread, And I told Ricky, I'm like, I would take that spread at like 65 or 70, and they covered.
And that's ridiculous too to even think about that.
The over was 54.5.
It's not even like the Bills and Chiefs have like bad defenses. But
they're injured. A lot of them are injured.
But just the offenses are just. But I guess my thing is I feel terrible for Josh Allen. I really do. I feel so bad for Josh Allen.
I feel bad for Josh Allen too. But the overtime rules, man, they're decided by the players.
Just want to mention, Bills 4 for 4 on 4th down.
That's impressive. They went for it early. They went for it early.
Twice on their opening drive.
Yes. And when I see a team do that, you know they want it because
they
have the ball.
They got 2 fourth quarter, that one touchdown, not the last one, but the second to last.
Yeah.
Where Gabriel Davis literally put the Chiefs defender.
Dude, he made him look like a fucking high school player. Like it was entire.
It was like 4th and like 13.
Yeah.
Well, dude, there was one where he was just like wide open in the end zone. I forget number 13 for the Bills.
Yeah, it was that because he literally dropped the man on the
ground. I mean, he made the corner look so stupid.
He busted his ankles.
Yeah,
he just stood there in the end zone.
You do not see
Josh.
You do not see very many ankle breakers in the NFL.
Now, especially that bad too. It was insane.
Dude, I have to admit though, like watching Josh Allen sit on the bench when the Chiefs got the ball, I go, you could just see it in his eyes. He's like, fuck.
Yeah, he knew.
He knew on the bench. He's like, damn it.
But to be fair, defense wins championships. If you can't, it has to be a complete team. You can't just rely on your quarterback.
And I've always been a firm believer in this, and I will die on this hill. But my belief is that a football game does not come down to one play. It doesn't come down to one touchdown, one field goal, and the scoreboard might represent that one penalty. You know, it's like you can't. Yeah. That's not a Lions bash, and I believe this since before all the Lions crap went down.
You're right.
But like, if you're not that you're destined to win, but a football game doesn't come down to one penalty, one touchdown, one field goal. If you're meant to win, you're gonna have the game in control when it comes down to that 2-minute warning.
And then, then you have instances like that Viking Saints game, like 3 years ago.
Oh, the Minneapolis Miracle.
Yeah, or the no call pass interference on the Rams when Nickel Roby Coleman obviously.
God!
When he leveled,
like literally, destroyed him, and it was obvious.
Dude, he cleaned his clock, and there was no flag.
And the Rams went on a Super Bowl to score.
3 points.
Well then.
That was the worst Super Bowl I've ever watched in my life.
I'm so happy Jared Goff didn't have a Super Bowl ring.
I still can't believe Jared Goff went to a Super Bowl.
I'm so happy he didn't win. I'm so happy.
That's just insane.
3 points in the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
3. That was literally. I would rather watch when the Seahawks blew out the Broncos.
Oh.
That game was also terrible.
Yeah.
I mean,
I feel so bad for Russell Wilson, man.
We had a close Super Bowl. Like I think the last close back and forth Super Bowl that we've had. You know, obviously there was the Patriots come back 23, but that wasn't like a.
How about the Patriots Seahawks, like the goal line interception?
Yeah. Oh my God, dude! Why in the hell would you throw the ball when you have Marshawn Lynch?
I think that's a dying conversation. I don't think anybody can disagree on that. Yeah,
the one. And they decided let's not give it to Marshawn.
Pete Carroll.
Lynch.
Pete Carroll will be remembered for that.
Pete Carroll has
forever.
Agreed.
Pete Carroll has destroyed the Seattle Seahawks. They are in shambles.
They have a strong offense though, and they have the ability to build a defense
but their
around Jamal
team
Adams.
Overall, like their money situation.
Yeah, they're broke.
But dude, my thing is,
their players. Like I feel like the team is just like they had Legion of Boom and they had the great team. But
they ruined it too. They ruined the Legion of Boom.
They let it all slip. Like,
yeah. Here's my issue with the Seahawks. All those years that they were like a top team in the league, and to only manufacture one Super Bowl.
No, yeah, it should have been.
To win one.
No, it should have been a dynasty. It should have been a 5-year dynasty.
That could have
100%.
been easily a 2 or 3 Super Bowl.
Those
dynasty.
DBs were the best unit we've ever seen. They'll never be that.
The Legion and then Marshawn Lynch in the backfield and Russell Wilson.
A young Russell Wilson.
Russell Wilson in that time was top 5, if not top 3.
I still think he's a great quarterback. He's just in a shitty situation. They have no line. The running backs always hurt. You got DK and Tyler Lockett, but I mean,
here's my thing. I'll give a smoking hot take here. We'll talk. Obviously we're going to talk about quarterbacks in a minute in depth, but my thing is wherever Aaron Rodgers doesn't end up, and I think it's down to Pittsburgh and Denver. Wherever Aaron Rodgers doesn't end up, that's where Russell Wilson goes.
You think he leaves?
Yeah. I think he won't.
How long does he have on his contract? 2 years? 1 year maybe? I mean,
that's a good question.
And the more we talk about Aaron Rodgers going to Denver, I like it.
It just makes sense.
They have a young receiving core.
I hate
good
that
tight
it makes
end.
sense. And you know what else too? Then the freaking Chiefs hopefully get sat down.
But I don't see that happening. Tyreek Hill, Travis Kelce, and then Patrick Mahomes, second coming of Jesus Christ himself.
I also thought that the Chargers were going to be a lot more of a force this year.
They need better receivers. Keenan Allen and Mike Williams.
I know you're an Oregon fan, and now Justin Herbert, assembled great.
Him and Austin Eckler are going to be the duo for a long time.
I think the Chargers have a very bright future, but it's going to be hard. Yeah, they got a tough road ahead. I mean,
for sure, 100%.
The Chiefs. I mean, Patrick Mahomes obviously isn't going anywhere unless something drastic happens. But God, the Bills-Chiefs game though, just insane. I mean, obviously the spread got covered. I wish we would have put money on that.
I wish I'd have bet on Gabriel Davis having 4 touchdowns or whatever the fuck he had.
We definitely got to do that though. Like each of us puts a leg in a parlay and we see how it does.
That'd be pretty
cool. We'll do that in the next show. But God, I wish I would have hammered you over on that because.
What do we got next week? The 49ers, Rams, Bengals, Chiefs. That's gonna be an interesting week.
But dude, just Josh Allen is. I feel bad. I feel bad for him, I guess, in a way, because now it's like, what's he gonna do?
You gotta stay. I mean, they built such a dynasty together.
Anywhere.
Yeah, there's no way he leaves.
But I mean,
they're so close.
Yeah, I don't know who was talking about that, but does he run to an NFC team? And I'm like,
no, there's no way. There's no way.
But if there's any team that could beat the Chiefs, it's the Bills. Dude, the Bengals.
I think the Bengals are deeper than the Chiefs or the Bills.
Ooh.
Receiver wise. Okay.
Whoa.
You have Gabriel Davis.
Who
is Gabriel Davis? Who the fuck?
Ricky, come back
is
to the
Gabriel
light.
Davis?
Come back to the light.
I agree. Josh Allen's a better quarterback than Joe Burrow. That's not even a question. That's not a question. But the connection. But the connection between Joe Burrow.
You just said.
And Jamar Chase.
Okay, so are we only talking wide receiver depth?
Dude,
running back depth. Joe Mixon's better than any running back the Bills have.
He just blew your Stafford take out of the water. Not even
I
close.
think
as a roster, you think the Bengals are deeper than the Bills?
Yeah, offensively.
I'm a Patriot.
Even defensively with Tre'Davious White being hurt.
Dude, I'm a Patriots fan.
They have better DBs.
I'm a Patriots fan, and I'll admit the fucking Bills.
If the Bills are hurt, I'm talking about right now. I'm talking about today.
Wow.
If you take the Bills defense.
You did not just tell me that the Cincinnati Bengals defense, who let Mike White throw 500 yards
Mike White had the best game of any quarterback this entire season.
Against the Bengals.
No.
Did Jesse Bates even play that game?
Hold on.
I don't think he played that game.
We do not even want to talk about the Bills. The secondary is amazing. They have Trayvon.
Who is hurt? I'm saying right now.
now. Okay, so they have 2 All-Pro safeties.
Right.
That's secondary.
Are you talking with injuries in play?
Yeah, with injuries in play, of course. I'm not going. They're both healthy. The Bills, obviously. But with how Micah Hyde and Jordan Poyer played, they had great games. I mean, they should.
Literally 2 All-Pro safeties. How can you say?
How do you let all those deep balls? Like, I mean,
if you didn't let any deep balls up.
Tyreek Hill, Travis Kelce, just walking all around you.
I think a good way to settle this is, in one of the upcoming podcasts, once I figure out the video stuff, these two. Roland takes the Bengals, Ricky takes the Bills, and Madden.
That would be so fun. That would be so fun. I would love that. I would absolutely love that. Jamar Chase drops 4.
Just for the record, and I'll put this on public record, I suck at Madden. So I don't trust me.
And don't get me wrong, I do not like the Bengals defense. But I think they're healthier. And the offense, I think the Bengals offense is much deeper.
Oh, God, even with injuries. injuries, though, let's
not talk about the defenses. Maybe I think the defenses. I'm wrong.
Yeah.
I'm probably wrong on that. But offensively, Joe Burrow is no Josh Allen, obviously. But I think he's good enough with the weapons that he has to take out the Chiefs. The Chiefs have no defense. If Tyrann Mathieu doesn't play too, whoo,
that's true.
Woo-hoo.
Tyrann Mathieu did go down. They have Daniel
Sorensen.
White boy. It's just really one of the worst NFL players. Him and Andrew Sendejo on the Browns are two of the worst defensive backs I've ever seen play the game of football.
It's just so hard to think that someone has potentially an opportunity to take out the Chiefs after the way they play. Because I thought the Bills were the team, and somehow it still blows my mind that the Titans were the #1 seed.
Yeah,
that's still
especially without Derrick Henry.
That's still shocking to me.
Well, crazy
that Ryan Tannehill.
It's crazy.
He's not a bum. He's just
the Titans beat the Chiefs and the Bills in the regular season.
Yeah. Then they lost to the Jets.
That's true.
That's what I'm saying.
This year, like
it was weird. It was a weird year in football.
This year, as an occasional bettor, oh my God, just parlays that you think were a cinch just get blown up by like the Just get blown up by like the New York Jets and Mike White.
Yeah, a motherfucker named Mike White walks in and drops 500 yards on your entire.
Or Danny Dimes in like the New York Giants.
Come on, yeah.
But it's hard to believe that there's a team that still has a chance to take the Chiefs out, but.
I don't know. I think that offense is too good.
Setting aside my hate for Jackson and Brittany Mahomes.
Yeah, fuck them.
The Bengals winning is a win for America.
100%.
Just to get those two.
But I mean, how can you hate on Patrick Mahomes though? I mean, like he's
such
a good guy.
He's a good guy.
He's the best quarterback we'll probably ever see.
I think he's a good guy, and then he's married to her.
Yeah. And then his brother. I mean, I feel so bad for him. I mean, he looks miserable when he's with them.
Yeah. I mean, just not to get into the politics of it, but like. A win for the Bengals is a win for America this week. Yeah. I stand by that statement.
Jamar Chase, 200 yards, 3 touchdowns. Joe Mixon, 100 yards, 1 touchdown. It's going to be a good week.
All right. So, rest of our thoughts. Gabriel Davis, by the way, shout out to that man.
Yeah, what the hell, man? Oh, my God.
I've been a Bills fan for so long, and I just really want them to do something. And they've been
They're so close.
They're so close. They're so close.
Especially since they got Diggs, too. They're just like...
They're just like knocking on that door.
Injuries ruined them this year.
They are battery.
No.
If
they're healthy,
they're banging on the door.
Yeah.
And then it gets cracked, and Patrick Mahomes throws a sledgehammer through it.
Flex tape. They put some flex tape and fixed it.
Welcome back to the Blowing Smoke podcast. Couple of technical difficulties there, but nonetheless. Just another quick summary. My Super Bowl picks. I'm going to take the 49ers to beat the Rams and the Chiefs to go down to the Bengals.
Can't believe it.
Going against the grain here a little bit, but nonetheless, I got a good feeling about it. You know, not so much the 49ers, but I got a good feeling. I got a good feeling that the Bengals are going to do something against the Chiefs, and I guess it'll be I think both games are going to be really close and really good. So. Kind of see what happens. Rolling, what do you got?
I halfway agree with you. I think the Bengals are going to get it done with the Chiefs, but I don't think the 49ers stand a chance against the Rams. I don't think that game's going to be close, but I think the Bengals and the Chiefs will be very close. I don't have any hot takes, but I think the Rams are going to win it all. I don't think it's a hot take.
Yeah. Well, during our little technical break, there was a controversial statement made about where Lamar Jackson falls in the NFL quarterback rankings, so... We're going to kind of move into the quarterback situation in the NFL.
Really quick, top 3 quarterbacks for each of us in the league.
Yeah. And
Ricky, what's your top 3 right now?
I was talking about Big Ben and Rodgers.
All right, top 3?
Just physically, like if they the team doesn't matter. Like
as a football player.
Yeah, it doesn't matter who their receivers are, O-line is. It doesn't
top
matter.
3, like well-rounded, like not just like Super Bowl potential.
Yeah, because obviously Tom Brady would be on the list, but Tom Brady's not a top 5 quarterback.
No, not anymore. He was.
Yeah, definitely.
Top 3 in the league right now. Allen, Mahomes, Rodgers.
That's hard to argue with. That's really hard to argue with.
And that was in order, by the way.
In order.
Oh boy, my top 3 right now.
Yeah, what's your top 3, Trent?
Crap, that's that's pretty tough. This isn't in order. I'm gonna put my top 3 out there. Josh Allen, Patrick Mahomes. But who's number 3? It's not Lamar Jackson. I'll tell you that right now. It is not Lamar Jackson.
I don't know, man.
I put Lamar Jackson top 10.
I give him top 10.
He's an unbelievable talent.
I'd say like top 7.
Number 3 quarterback, Justin Fields. No.
Yeah.
Maybe like bottom 3.
29, 28 maybe?
He's a rookie.
Yeah, who's your number 3, Trent?
That's so tough. I mean, Rodgers did have a good year.
I think he's probably going to win another MVP.
You think he's going to win it again? I don't know.
Do they include like playoff stats?
I don't think so. I think they ended at week 17.
Rodgers had a good year, but I'm kind of thinking about this more in like the outside of this year too.
Yeah, you got to. It's not just
more almost on like a long-term basis.
Yeah. Put Brady in there. You know you love Brady.
He's thinking about it.
No.
And it's a safe pick. Brady's a safe pick.
I can't.
Stafford?
No.
He's in mine. I'll tell you that one.
Brady, I mean, it's hard to say no but I mean, I would say he's top 5, but top 3 he's kind of withered out a little bit. Who was my 3rd quarterback? This is actually, I can't believe I'm going to actually admit this.
Oh no, here we go.
It's Aaron Rodgers.
I can't believe I'm actually going to say this out loud, but just based off of this year, I'm actually going to put Matt Stafford.
I think that's it.
I'm actually going to put. These guys both know I've never really been a major.
Never.
I've never been an admirer of Matt Stafford, but it's just the way he's played this year and what he's done with the Rams. I mean, in one season, he came into a good team.
He did come into a great team.
But what he's done,
he stepped up,
is impressive. But if I had to put a quick 4 and 5 in there, I'd have to say Tom Brady. And then I would actually put Justin Herbert.
I agree. I would put Herbert in the
Aaron
top 5.
Rodgers out of your top 5?
I think his team is too crazy. I think he gets carried by the team a lot.
Like I could see Aaron Rodgers being like 4 or 5. But you have
outside. I think Rodgers is 6.
Right now, I would take Aaron Rodgers over Tom Brady every.
Oh yeah, I mean personally too. Me too. But for my top 3, my top 3, I'm Mahomes. I think this is the safe pick, number 1, because he's the best talent we've seen in a long time. Stafford at 2.
Ooh, that's his fucking
a Hall of Fame career with going 0-16.
That's his inner Lions.
You have
coming out.
Not even. He proved it with Calvin Johnson, and then he proved it with Cooper Kupp. I think Matthew Stafford. I mean, he can do everything any quarterback can ever do. Besides, obviously, Michael Vick and Lamar Jackson. He's not that mobile, but he's proven to be mobile when needed, which I find impressive. And he trucks through a couple safeties here and there.
I'll never forget that truck in the Titans.
That was man. And then number 3, everyone's gonna hate me for it, but Lamar Jackson, man. You can't come in, win an MVP. You win an MVP. You break Michael Vick's rushing record. You have worse receivers and an amazing tight end, and you still put up impressive
Wow, you're
passing numbers.
You're pissed off at my list.
When everyone had him as a running back coming into the league, he's proved all the haters wrong.
Who was your top 3?
Allen, Mahomes, and Stafford.
Josh Allen's number 4. Number 5, I'd either go Aaron Rodgers or Justin Herbert. I think they're, for the simple fact.
He put Justin Herbert over Tom Brady.
Tom Brady is to me is a system QB, and he's proven it over his entire career.
Oh wait, we're kind of forgetting about someone though. I think Joe Burrow could make an argument.
Joe Burrow's top 10, 100%.
For top 5.
Next year, you gotta give him next year.
He fed 2 of his receivers to over 1,000 yards.
And he did have a 500-yard passing game.
I'm just saying.
And he threw for 4K this year.
The fact that you did not put Josh Allen in your top 3.
Josh Allen's number 4.
You literally put Josh Allen over Lamar, or you put Lamar Jackson over Josh
Allen. I think they're dual threat. There is not one player in the NFL. There is not one player in the NFL that can tackle Lamar Jackson in the open field. Name one player that if you Oklahoma drill 5 yards in between each other, you give Lamar Jackson, not a single person's gonna tackle him.
Von Miller would fucking decapitate.
Not a single chance. Von Miller would look like a high school freshman. What Gabriel Davis did to that corner is impressive. Lamar Jackson does that to grown men every play.
Bowl over anybody.
I agree. But you can't do that your entire career. You will get hurt. Lamar Jackson doesn't get hit. And for his
only got hurt this year.
Like I said, but his team is shit. I mean, Hollywood Brown's your best receiver. Mark Andrews.
Anyways.
Okay. Lamar's not that injury prone. He's just more prone to catching COVID.
True.
Which you can't play with either. Wow.
Does Michael Jordan play with the COVID game? If Michael Jordan plays now, does he get a COVID game?
He played the flu game.
Does he get a COVID game? You think
he played the flu game? That was one of his best games of his career.
Anyways.
Wow.
I don't know. I still think you can't deny Lamar Jackson.
I'm going to have to sulk on that one.
And I mean, I would love to argue. I mean, I think Lamar Jackson, I don't know. I like a dual threat quarterback. I think he brings more to the team than a guy, who's just going to sling the ball.
I say before the next podcast, we should all three of us should assemble, like, our top 10 quarterbacks.
I should give you a top 10 right now.
Put it on Twitter.
Yeah, that'd be dope.
Follow us at the Blowing Smoke Pod on Twitter, and we'll tweet out our top 10 quarterbacks after tonight's episode. We'll tweet out who our top 10 are. So we just talked about our differing top fives, but
top 3.
I think they're all pretty close. They're pretty close though.
Yeah, I mean they're all similar. There's obviously crossing. There's obviously crossing players.
It's what you value in a player. I think is where we differ.
Now, do you think Deshaun Watson's top 10?
No.
I think Deshaun Watson, a healthy Deshaun Watson in a system how about that? A playing Deshaun Watson. Top 10, no more than that though.
Yeah.
Probably 10. He's probably around like the 9, 10.
I just have a hard time believing he's gonna be.
It just depends where he goes. If he goes to a good system that he can flourish in, that'd be cool to see. Because I like Deshaun Watson. I mean, obviously he has that controversy. We'll see where that goes.
Yeah, but the thing is, like he could find like a great system, but he needs to settle the freaking
the off-field issues.
There's 22 allegations. It's not like it's just one. Dude.
Yikes, man! But I mean,
It's not like he can't pull like a Kobe and just pay that off and be done.
But we see motherfuckers like OJ get off way harder. So I mean, we'll see.
I think he's gonna be sitting out another season.
I don't think the Texans are gonna get rid of him.
But the issue is, though, I think if he sits out another season, his career's over.
100%. It's gonna be a Josh Gordon kind of issue.
He's shot.
Unless how old is he? 25, maybe a little older than that.
Young.
Yeah, so I mean, he still has time.
Yeah, he only played like 1 year. He only played like his rookie year, or maybe 2.
There's still time for him.
Yeah, I mean, he has time, but I don't.
He has to get to a system, a good system. I think Tampa Bay walks away from Tom Brady. They pick up a Deshaun Watson.
That'd be insane.
That'd be the scariest team.
That'd be crazy.
Be bonkers.
Well, I guess since we're talking about our top 10, I guess we could touch on this because I actually saw something interesting on Instagram this morning about Ben Roethlisberger. You know, obviously, Ben Roethlisberger is probably going to be a first ballot Hall of Famer. But
sadly, yeah, I think so.
The thing is, and I can't believe I'm actually mentioning this, and it made me think about it actually pretty hard. Is Ben Roethlisberger a top 10 quarterback in NFL history?
No, not even close.
Not even close.
In the 20s. I think
say if he's in the 20s, that's pretty close.
2 Super Bowls, 5th all time in
passing yards.
But how long has he been in the league though?
8th all time in touchdowns.
18 years.
Look how long Tom Brady's been in.
Exactly.
Look how Aaron Rodgers been in the same amount of time.
Yeah, and I would take both of them over Big Ben. You know.
I don't know.
I don't think quarterbacks played as long as they do now back in the day. So it's hard. Like, how long did Joe Montana play? I think he's a rare example of playing for a long time. And I don't even think he played for that long.
Well, what about you gotta think about we'll tweet out our top 10 quarterbacks all time and currently. My thing is, Dan Marino never won a Super Bowl.
The fake spike though.
I mean, that kind of makes him maybe a lower.
Yeah, but the Dolphins. Who was his receiver? Could you even name one person he had on that team other than Dan Marino?
I didn't watch football back then, so
I can't name a lot of players that played before we were born. Anyhow, that are non-quarterbacks. I know the fridge.
I think they might have had Jason Taylor, and Jason Taylor was a stud back in the day, but that might have actually been after him.
I know Jerry Rice,
I would hope you
know all those guys, but
Randy Moss played when we were alive.
Yeah,
but
the majority of his career.
I'll tell you a defensive player from back then, dude. Like the Fridge Perry.
Well, it's because he played offense, and that's the only reason why he's known. I mean, he was a good defensive tackle, but he was nothing sought after.
Yeah.
Nothing crazy. And that's the thing. I think quarterbacks today, it was a different league. It's a different league today. So, of course, the quarterbacks of today are going to be statistically better from back then, especially with the years. I mean, you give Joe Montana 18 years in today's NFL, I think he shows he's just as good as Big Ben, if not better.
Yeah. I'll see how my list kind of pans out. I don't think he's top 10, but he's borderline. I mean, he's a first ballot Hall of Famer. You know that.
Oh, for sure.
He's 100%. He's going to cruise into Canton.
And he's also kind of a dick.
Yeah, I mean, there's been a lot of allegations on him, but
not even
talk about that. But like, I say borderline top 10, but top 10's hard.
Personally, I've never enjoyed watching Big Ben play either. He's never done anything where
I
I'm
did
just
back
like,
when he was just throwing the ball on the field 50 yards.
Yeah, like every single play.
Yeah, when he could actually throw like.
And I mean that Steelers team before Le'Veon Bell sat out and Antonio Brown had a mental fucking collapse was fun to watch, obviously, because Antonio Brown was the best receiver we've seen in a while at that time.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll check out the Blow Smoke podcast Twitter. We'll have our top 10 all time and our top 10 current quarterbacks posted later tonight on there. But I mean, I guess it's hard, but
no, it is hard.
So I mean, I guess when we're on the quarterbacks, obviously this was in some of our top 5s, and anybody put him in his top 3? Aaron Rodgers.
I didn't put him in 3.
Aaron Rodgers. Obviously there should be a big controversy about what's going to happen with him this offseason. And I'm just going to say right now, he is not going to be in a Packers uniform next year. I don't think he retires, but he will not be playing for Green Bay.
I think he retires before he goes back to Green Bay, though.
Oh, yeah. I mean, who's not going to want him, though?
No, but that's the thing is he a free agent, or do they still have him for the year? Because if they still have him, he might just retire just out of spite.
They have rights to trade him, but he can also walk away.
And I don't think anybody has... No one, it's not worth it to trade for Aaron Rodgers because what you would have to give up to get him would never be in your favor.
Well, and that's the thing. Like, I'm not bashing Matt Stafford, but like Stafford fetched 2 first round.
That's what I'm saying. If Stafford can get
first
round picks coming from the Lions, Aaron Rodgers is at least 3.
Aaron Rodgers would get like 3 first
and
a good
and
player.
the best player on that team.
Yeah, exactly. That's the thing. I mean,
he's an untradeable player, kind of like a LeBron James. You could never trade for him.
I mean, he might walk away. I mean,
that's the most realistic. I think.
But if I had. Now I'm going to give a wild prediction here.
Uh-oh, here we go.
I'm going to give a wild prediction. Ricky better be right for this one. You're going to like this one. If he clears up his shit, I could see the Houston Texans trading for Aaron Rodgers in a Deshaun Watson deal with draft picks.
No way.
I don't think they have...
Who?
Davis Mills.
Stop.
He's the
Stop.
future.
Stop.
He has more career wins than Zach Wilson and Trevor Lawrence.
That's not hard.
Oh, Jesus. What is that, like 4?
Yeah, but he's also a rookie.
Oh, my God. What is that, like 4?
Davis Mills is also a rookie, though.
Zach Wilson sucks, dude. He threw 5 picks.
I'm just saying.
And Trevor Lawrence has walked into, like, the worst
franchise. Out of all the rookie QBs, he had the most wins.
But yeah, he had the best team around him. Better than the Jags?
Yeah, I would agree with that.
Better than the Jags?
Well, Texans are bad.
I know, but like the Jaguars are bad.
Yeah, but the Jaguars, like their best offensive player is James Robinson.
And James Robinson's the stud. Don't get me wrong, I love James Robinson.
Well, what is a running back going to do to beef up his quarterback?
Hey, to be fair though, Derrick Henry, if you're going to say that. I mean, Derrick Henry is
he makes Tannehill look good.
Exactly. I mean, so there's that. But James Robinson is no Derrick Henry.
That's like my wild prediction. I don't know if Deshaun Watson would fit in Green Bay very well.
I think anybody with Devontae Adams would fit.
But is Devontae Adams going to be there?
That's the question.
Because you could... I don't think Deshaun Watson's worth that much, but you could see like Devontae Adams get moved in a trade for Deshaun Watson. How much is Devontae Adams worth?
A lot. Everything.
I mean, dude, if you want Devontae Adams and Aaron Rodgers,
no one. That's impossible.
You wouldn't have a first-round draft pick for like 5 years.
You wouldn't have a team for 5 years.
You wouldn't have nothing. That's like my off-the-wall prediction, but realistically, where do I think he's going to end up? Realistically, I think my top 3 picks would be Pittsburgh, Indianapolis, or Denver. I think he goes to the AFC. I don't see like any NFC team is gonna pick him up, but those are my top 3 like realistic picks. Like where do you think?
I think honestly, the most likely destination is Pittsburgh, but I would personally love to see him in Indianapolis. I don't know if they can finagle a deal that caliber, but that's like my ideal.
That team would be insane. Jonathan Taylor and Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, that'd be, and they have young receivers, Micah Pittman.
That team would be unstoppable.
But like I said, the more we keep talking about it, him in Denver is kind of scary because Jerry Jeudy has proven himself to be an elite receiver.
No, he is not.
What do you mean?
He's
an elite. He's a top 5 route runner in the league. When healthy. Of course, he got hurt this year. I know he got. What did he do? He got hurt pretty bad this year.
I guess to be fair to his benefit, he has had some very.
And there's been no Drew Lock, the horse cock. Like, come on, we can't.
Some very subpar.
You give him Aaron Rodgers, bro. Come on.
Yeah, okay.
And then Courtney Sutton's a good deep ball receiver. He's a big guy, big body.
No offense, one of the best.
No offense, proven himself. And then who's it? Melvin Ingram? Melvin Gordon is their running back still, right?
And Javonte Williams is really good.
Exactly.
Melvin Gordon did pretty good for me in fantasy this year.
He's not horrible. I've always liked him when he was on the Chargers.
Yeah, I liked him when he was on the Chargers too.
Exactly.
I'm surprised the Chargers let him walk.
I was too, but Austin Eckler was the stud, so
yeah,
it makes sense.
I don't know. I guess if I had to put money on it, I would say Pittsburgh, but Denver would be a close second. Well, I mean, who knows? I mean,
and Aaron Rodgers doesn't like the drama, like the juju drama, like all the attention they bring to the team.
That's the thing, though. Like he's on record. Aaron Rodgers is on record saying how he likes his offensive coordinator, and now he's the new head coach of the Broncos.
Right, exactly. So it's just like planting the seed.
So it's like it's kind of teeing off. It's kind of setting up like that. But who knows? I mean,
he could get a bug under his ass and be in Detroit next week. You never know.
All I'm saying is Mason Rudolph is not the answer.
Fuck that guy.
Mason Rudolph is not the answer.
No, he should not even be in the league.
And they got
shit he pulled with Myles Garrett.
And they got to figure something out. But I don't know. I mean, maybe Pittsburgh takes a quarterback in the draft. I mean,
Kenny Pickett.
This is such a weak draft, man. I don't like it at all. There's no one in the draft. I'm like, yes.
The quarterback class is bad. And
it's just bad all around. Honestly,
now that Matt Corral's effed up, I don't even know what he has going on, but he's pretty hurt. So I mean, I think he was my top quarterback coming into this, and now he's out.
I think Kenny Pickett's probably the top quarterback.
I think Kenny Pickett and then that Liberty quarterback.
Yeah, but who wants to pick a Liberty quarterback?
Liberty?
Yeah, he fleeced up Eastern, dude.
But I feel like a lot of people could fleece up Eastern.
They're saying he's like a top 5, one of the top 5
no
quarterbacks this year.
Eastern, obviously.
Top 5 quarterbacks in the draft. In the draft.
No, it's just a weak draft. I'm sad the Lions have such a high pick this year. I mean, Aiden Hutchinson, Thibodeau. I hope we get something good, but
this draft class is
bad year to be a bad team.
Year. Yeah, this is. I mean, I think the Lions are gonna end up with Hutchinson, but
if the Jags go Thibodeau at 1, yeah, but I think Thibodeau's the better.
I think the Lions end up with. The Lions end up with Hutchinson and then a quarterback with the Rams pick.
I think Thibodeau has a higher ceiling.
Yeah,
but I think Hutchinson is more pro ready.
I would agree. I think he had more competition this year.
I like Hutchinson, but I think
because the Big Ten is known for their
I feel like
talent.
a similar in this past draft class is a similar like taking Mac Jones compared to like Trey Lance.
Yeah,
Mac Jones was the most NFL ready quarterback out of that draft class.
And he's sad.
Yeah,
and he's sad, which made no sense. But.
You know what made me sad this year? Cam Newton. I'm mad it took them so.
I don't want to talk about it.
I'm mad it took them so long for someone to find him to pick him back up because
I don't want to talk about
when last year when he said there's not 32 better quarterbacks than me, I kind of agree. I think there was.
He didn't do very well.
I don't know. I don't think he did it very. I don't think he's great anymore, obviously. But I think there's probably 10 quarterbacks I'd rather have. I'd rather have Cam Newton than at least 10 quarterbacks.
I would not.
Dude. 10. That was shocking.
There's no way I could rather pick a third of the league over Cam Newton.
Over any Jets quarterback.
No, I would.
Texans. I'd take Cam over.
What are you saying? You take Cam over like 10 other quarterbacks?
Yeah, I don't think he's at like a top 15, top 20 quarterback, but I think he's top
I guess
back
my
half of
philosophy
20s.
is I always want to look like towards the future. And
fair.
So
that's true. Yeah.
Like the worst quarterbacks in the league are kind of in part because like they're young.
Right. No, that's true. That's true.
Right now, I would not rather have Cam Newton than Trevor Lawrence. Just because he has.
Yeah.
I don't like Trevor Lawrence for the simple fact he's never lost, and this was his first time ever losing ever in his life.
He lost quite a lot this year.
Well, no, that's what I'm saying. Like up until this year, he's never lost anything in his entire life.
But you notice, dude,
I would take Cam Newton over Jimmy Garoppolo. I would take Cam for the system. I'd take Cam Newton over.
It would be fun.
Yeah, right with him, Debo. Or even over Tannehill. Give another rushing option for Henry. The read option would be crazy. You would have to use them systematically.
It's so hard to go against Tannehill because the Titans were the #1 seed.
Obviously,
at the same time, if you look at him, it's kind of like
But you say you take 15, 20 rushes away from Derrick Henry, throw him to Cam. He gets a couple yards, here or there, whatever. Maybe you take the load off Derrick Henry a little bit, Just something to keep him healthy. Cause
I don't know. I would put him like middle of the road. Obviously, the Panthers, the way he was on the Panthers this year, didn't reflect that. But I don't know. So I guess to wrap it up here, we'll just touch on the NFL overtime. We'll touch on the coach movements because obviously there's a lot to talk about there. But we'll talk about that when a couple more jobs get filled because there's still a couple teams out there.
Dolphins are without a coach.
Yep.
Did the Giants hire someone?
They
got a general manager.
Yeah, they hired a GM. They've not hired a coach yet.
I say we wait a couple weeks on that one.
And then there were some interim. There were some interim head coaches like the Raiders coach and the Jaguars coach.
Yeah.
I don't think they've decided on a head coach
Urban
yet.
Meyer, man, whew, what a shit show.
I don't think they decided on a coach yet. So
that was unbelievable.
I guess those are kind of open spots. The Saints have a new head coach.
Yeah, Sean Payton retired.
And they've actually requested the defensive coordinator for the Detroit Lions for an interview.
Dan Quinn said
Dan Quinn said he was staying.
He said he's staying with the Cowboys.
So
Jim Caldwell's still out there. Flores is still out there.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if he ends up on another team.
Not at all.
Flores is going to the Giants.
Who would want to go to the Giants though? I mean,
you get Danny Dimes.
Danny Dimes.
I feel
Danny
so bad.
Dimes.
Hey man, he had one of the best catches of the year.
That's true.
You get Danny Dimes.
I feel so bad for Saquon, man. I love Saquon Barkley so much. To see him run away on the Giants.
The injuries are gonna kill his career.
Yeah,
I feel
he needs
so
to leave.
bad.
The injuries might save his career too. The Giants might get rid of him for pretty cheap. He might get into a system that he can flourish in, where he won't be the only one who gets the ball.
Perhaps.
The only time he gets a highlight is when he breaks 9 tackles.
Real quick on the Giants, how about we talk about Kenny Galladay for a second?
Oh, what a stud! I love him.
No.
What do you mean? You don't love Kenny?
Awful this year.
He was, dude. From a fantasy standpoint, he sucked.
He had this many touchdowns this year.
Well, when you go from Stafford to Danny
Dimes, he was hurt most of the year, but
when you go from Stafford to Danny Dimes,
right? But he was so good though.
I think that just proves Matthew Stafford's effect.
Maybe
even
and
more.
also talking on 0 touchdowns. We talked about this last week, Ron. Miles Sanders.
Yeah.
0 touchdowns.
No, wait.
He played 12 games.
Now, just to touch on this. When Golden Tate left Detroit, did he go to the Giants?
Yeah.
Yes.
And then the Eagles?
I don't think he went to the Eagles. But that's what I'm saying.
Why does every Detroit receiver end up in New York?
That's what I'm saying. The Stafford, it's so sad when a guy like Matthew Stafford has to make Golden Tate look like a top 5 receiver. Golden Tate's a great receiver. I love the man to death. But he's not that great. He's a good after the catch guy. He's a physical dude. But he's not a top 10 receiver.
The New York Giants, it's just, Danny Dimes, isn't very good.
He's more athletic than people give him credit for.
But the thing is, though, you have, a middle-of-the-road receiving core and, a good running back. It's how do you not make the playoffs?
Yeah,
at
their
least.
Defense.
Especially in the NFC East.
Who's on their defense other than the real Peppers?
Talking about head coaching, I just got a notification on my phone that literally scared the crap out of me for a second because it said Ravens hire Michigan, and I literally thought that the Ravens just signed Jim Harbaugh.
You know how fun that would be, Jim and John together.
But the Ravens hired Michigan's defensive coordinator to be the defensive coordinator for the.
Well, that's smart because that Michigan defense was pretty good this year.
Yeah. So, anyways, that's side note. I literally just pooped my pants a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
I thought Jim and John were gonna connect.
You know how fun that'd be.
Well, talking on coaching for 2 seconds though, it is believed right now that if the Raiders offer Harbaugh the job, he's gonna take it.
I would not accept that position. That team is.
Shambles.
Yeah.
Well, me and Ricky talked about this last week, dude. Props to Derek Carr.
Oh yeah,
after
coming back.
Everything the Raiders went through this year, and to make the playoffs,
and almost won.
Yeah,
and almost won.
Yeah,
I am going to the championship game.
And
I feel like if they would have beat the Bengals, they would have made it.
I think Derek Carr is very slept on. I think he always has been too.
I don't think it matters who the Titans played. The Titans were going to lose.
Yeah, without Derrick Henry, 100%, 100. Yeah.
No matter who they ended up.
If Derrick Henry was
Sorry about that. Had some storage difficulties. We ran out of storage.
Yeah, I got the poor
up here.
I gotta get a bigger iPhone next time. Apparently.
We're wrapping this podcast up here. We went over some great stuff this week.
Some hot topics. Some very hot topics.
We had a lot of fun. Hopefully we can continue this going last time for a while. And we went over our divisional, the Super Bowl, and we will be back next week.
Yes, sir.
To discuss
all the crazy shit that happens.
Hopefully, the great games that are ensuing.
Hopefully, the great game Matthew Stafford and Joe Burrow had.
Yeah, as well as our Super Bowl and maybe I don't know. I guess we'll think of something else because I feel like just talking about 2 games shouldn't take very long. But
no, we'll figure it out. We'll definitely
revisit this quarterbacks list.
Oh yeah.
Don't forget to like and subscribe. Follow the Blow and Smoke podcast on Twitter. You can catch our top 10 quarterbacks all time and our top 10 current quarterbacks on there later tonight. But thanks for tuning in, everybody. Stay safe and have a good one out there.
Have a good night, everybody.
See you guys next week.